guys, how you going? Wayne here. Today I want to show you how we antique our leaf work on this beautiful garden art, which in actual fact is a remembrance arch we decided to build for our sister-in-law as she just lost her chocolate Labrador recently. So we thought it would be nice to get her something so she can put it in her yard and remember a beautiful dog every time she walks past it. So a bit of history on how I prepped this piece up to this stage. I've cleaned it down, right down to bare metal, and painted it with a red oxide industrial primer. And on top of that we put a Dulux Weather Shield acrylic low sheen black. Now it's important to use low sheen black because it picks up the colour from the sponge a lot better than like a gloss finish. Without any further ado, let's have a look at our bits and pieces we'll need. So these are just your standard sponges, which you can get from any hardware store or your local supermarket. Comes in two different sizes. These are the thinner ones. There's a slightly thicker one. It's much better to use the thinner ones. Bit more flexible, getting at tighter spots, and it releases the paint much better. So let's get into procedures and equipment we need. So sponges, a bowl of water, and a can of paint. Now this is antique gold, which I get mixed up from my local paint guy. There's lots of different choices. The metallic colours tend to work a lot better than your solid colours. Okay, so sponge, just wet that down. Now you want to squeeze 90% of the water out. So you don't want a wet sponge, you want a damp sponge. Okay, and that's because it releases the paint much better. Too much moisture won't work very well. To give your can a bit of a shake, I pre-shook this, so let's get straight into it. So you want to load up just the bottom half on one side, and you don't need a lot of paint. So that's basically what we start with. Now, these four leaves here I'll do. So you can see as you're rubbing it over, you're getting a beautiful colour there. Now the beauty of this technique is it's better to have texture on your leaves, like up and down bits. So the black on the lower bits will remain black and your colour picks up on the high bits. Okay, so at the end of the day, we basically one spray to do one run. So we just give it another quick spray like that, and we can get up there and do the top bit. Now the beauty of the sponge is you can steer it quite well. So when you have bits overlaying other bits, you're just very careful to just touch it like that, and you shouldn't get too much. A little bit of gold on there, but you shouldn't get too much gold on there. Again, a little bit of paint, and just get into that. It doesn't matter a little bit if you get a bit of gold running up the copper, because it actually blends in quite nicely. We might even be able to get two done with this load. As you go, more paint will stay in the sponge, so you in actual fact use less paint as you move forward. So that's the colour. If you wanted a stronger colour, you just simply go over it again, and I'll just quickly show you that. So if you wanted to pick up stronger colour, you just antique it over again, and that'll make the colour much stronger. So you just follow the same procedure with the back of the leaves. Using the sponge, loading it off on one side is really good because you can get in and do pieces close to the edges of other steel. And the beauty of the thin sponge is you get it right in there. So at the end of the day, that's basically it. Very, very simple, very, very simple bits and pieces. You can find them anywhere. Really easy technique to get an awesome finish on your beautiful product. You can do this over other paints, like if you had a ceramic vase or something you wanted to touch up, you simply again find out what the right paint is to paint ceramics, paint it black, and use your sponge with colour, and you can antique it, and it'll come up looking beautiful. Okay guys, until next time, sign off, see you later.